All right, FightHype.com here with the new champion of the world, IBF champion of the world, Caleb Plant. Caleb, man, actually you just said what's up to Roy Jones. He had that same belt you had at one point.
Yep. Many people have that belt. James Toney. The list goes on and on. So, you know, now it's around my ways.
It's cliche to ask, man, but how are you feeling? This is something you worked for your whole life, so now that it's about 72 hours for it to set in, how's it feeling?
Man, I don't think it's all the way real yet, you know. To me, I'm just Caleb. I'm still Caleb because I didn't go out there and do anything that I didn't already know that I would. You know, it's not like I'm surprised. It's not like I'm shocked of what happened. At the same time, you know, I'm happy, I'm blessed, you know.
Just to take it back to the fight for a minute, like brother Nazim Richardson says, how were you able to swim without getting wet so well against Wuskadagis?
I think I just do that well in general. It don't matter who's in front of me. I'm gonna swim without getting too wet, regardless of who it is. He landed some good shots. I showed I got a chin. I showed I can deal with adversity with the little headbutt and the cut. You know, I showed I got power. I showed I can fight on the inside, the outside, the front foot, the back foot. I can bang, I can box. I can do it all. And people have been asking me that one of the big questions has been how is Caleb going to deal with adversity? And I've been thinking the same thing I've been doing my whole life. What do y'all think I'm going to do? Just because you ain't seen it in here don't mean I don't know how to deal with it. But you know, that was people's not. They wanted to see it. They got to see it. So.
Caleb, gotta ask, bro. Obviously, the fight was main event on Fox Sports. I don't know if you saw, but the ratings were the highest ever for Fox Sports.
Like 3 times.
Yeah. It was like 2.5, 3 times the previous high. I mean, you getting recognized more, people following you more, people hitting you up more now that they saw you fight. Because I got people who never watch boxing, but they watch UFC, and they're like, sweet hands, and I'm like, oh, you guys saw. So
yeah,
people hitting you up more?
Yeah, definitely. I've been getting a lot of good feedback, a lot of new supporters, a lot of old ones still hanging with me. So I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for that. And I think I've just built myself up to be someone who's not unrelatable, you know, like a lot of these superstars do. The people who watch me at home, I'm them, and they're me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the kid from the struggle who was never supposed to make it. And but I knew that I would. I knew that I would be here. You know, and just some of the things I guess I've been through, people relate to that. So, you know, they latch on to that.
And Caleb, you know, being Manny, you know, it's Manny's fight week, and he was saying before he ever got in the ring, he was a fighter. And heading into your fight, I was talking with your guy, Mario Serrano, showed me a clip of you before, I think, the professionals, back in Tennessee, fighting in the streets against a guy way bigger than you, and you managed to get out of there with the win. Does that speak to being a fighter before you were ever in a ring, you know, that kind of thing? Are you just a fighter, period?
Well, he pulled out a knife and started chasing me on that one, so I had to get out of there.
Right,
I was done fighting at that point. But yeah, I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, you know. I've been through things much tougher than what goes on in a boxing ring. And I think that's one way I'm able to stay so cool and calm under the lights, you know, when the bell rings. I feel like I was made for this, you know. I feel like I was born to be a superstar. I was born to be a pound for pound. I was born to do this. And now the world is just slowly catching on to something I've known my whole life.
Were there a lot of scenarios like that for you growing up in Tennessee, up until you came to Vegas? I know you already had a couple professional fights, but was that common, you having to fight, you know, just to survive kind of thing?
I mean, yeah. Where I'm from, a lot of people don't make it out of there, you know. Poverty is big, substance abuse is big, meth, heroin, alcohol, pills, you know. That's a lot of places, but, you know, it's a lot in my city too, so. But I stayed the course, you know, and I had a dream of mine. Each day I woke up, I put one foot in front of the other one, and each day I just got a step closer. And there was no way I was coming out of the ring alive. You know, there was no way I was coming out of the ring, period, without that belt. That was it.
Gotta ask, bro. I mean, you say it all the time that you die in the ring. Obviously, we hear it all the time, but the fans truly saw that you put it all out there. Gotta ask though, what was more nerve-wracking for you, making that ring walk or dropping on that knee to propose to your now fiance Jordan?
I knew she was gonna say, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that.
But you say you knew you were getting a title as well, right?
No, I'm just being funny, but I was confident in both, you know. I knew my plans after the fight was to ask her. So there was only one way that fight was going to go, and that was with me getting my hand raised. There was no way I was going to let him not only beat me or not let me get the strap, but fuck up my plans for what I had planned after.
Right.
There was only one way the fight was happening. There was only one way the night was happening. And yeah, I made them happen both.
You've been able to enjoy these last several days since winning the title. Obviously, you know, some slight bruises, whatnot. Saw you belly dancing last night.
Yeah, Amir, area right there. He brought the turbans out. We went to a kind of like a Middle Eastern restaurant, and he busted out the turban. So you know, we had to throw them things on.
Do you want that homecoming fight in Tennessee, in Nashville?
Yeah, that's something definitely we're pushing for. You know, they do some of these fights in some of these other cities that aren't big at all. There's nobody there. Nashville is a huge city, you know, and if it was a big enough fight, we could put it at the right downtown, right on Broadway where the Predators play at the Bridgestone. You know, if Chavez Jr. wasn't ready in June or December, can he be ready in June? You know?
I would hope so. Chavez Jr.?
Yeah.
I don't know if he get down to 68.
Well, that's what it says he fights at. So if so, the date's open. Come hit me up.
Did you think you could be like how Crawford is in Nebraska? You'd become a home.
Absolutely. Nashville is huge. There's so many people in Nashville. It's crazy. I'm telling you. They love me there. Yes. If the fight is right, you know, I'm still on the ground. I'm still building myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm still building my name, my legacy, all that. But if they put me and Chavez Jr. at the Bridgestone down there, the city's going to come out.
So speaking of Tennessee, does that mean you have Justin Timberlake beat for white boy with the best rhythm in America?
No, I mean, JT, that's a smooth dude too. So, you know, we'll let y'all decide on that.
How did it feel for you having a ton of support from your other colleagues per se? A lot of boxers were posting your fight. I'm talking people across the street, people that not just PBC fighters. I've seen top ranked fighters, and I saw a couple guys from the UK actually just on their story watching your fight. What did that mean to you being recognized and, you know, people tuning in at you?
You know, I've known a lot of these cats for a long time, throughout the amateurs and just crossing paths to the pros. And, you know, I just try to be a cool dude. I dap people up, I give them the respect. And I think they remember things like that. So when it's time for Caleb Plant to go to war, they ride with me. You know, they support me. And I appreciate all you guys doing that. Anyone who, you know, tagged me or threw me up on the story or just was watching and supporting. You know, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
What's your prediction for? Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I was gonna say, obviously, it's the win what you wanted, but it was such a spectacular fight that created so much buzz. In your mind, was that the ideal outcome for the fight, to put you on the map, to get the strap, to do the performance? Was that the ideal fight?
Yeah, I mean, I told some other guys, and I told you guys too, I haven't fought in a year. I'm coming off a broke hand surgery, thins, no tune-up fight, to fight the boogeyman of the division. I'm clearly not scared to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. And but this is the one I wanted. So, you know, I felt like this is the one to put me on the map and give me a good jump, a good head start to where I want to go. So, absolutely.
What is the roadmap for you like in 2019? Is it fighting 2 or 3 more times a year? How often and how busy do you think you'll be in 2019 now that you're a champion?
We're looking to give you guys hopefully 2 more fights. Something in June or July, something in November, December. I want to stay busy. I haven't got to stay as busy as I wanted due to certain things, you know, that were out of my control, my hand and stuff, you know. But I want to stay busy. I want to give you guys good fights.
How does the hand feel post-fight? You know,
good. I mean, it's crooked, but it's always been. It's been crooked, but there's no, as you see, there's no swelling, no bruising.
You got the thumbs on that side, right? When you wear the gloves.
Yeah. I had to put them on backwards. You don't know if I'm coming or going, but yeah. So no bruising, no nothing like that. It held up, and y'all seen I was winging them. In previous fights, I haven't got to really sit down on my punches because I've had hand injuries during those fights, and when I got people hurt, it was hard to, you know, put my foot on the gas. But this one, they were healthy, they were strong, and you've seen what I was able to do with them. So if you think that's just a one-time thing, you're sadly mistaken. I'm only going to get stronger.
Caleb, what do you think of the main event, man? How do you see the fight playing out? Pacquiao Broner.
Depending on which Broner show up. That's what we all saying, right?
Well, let's say the best Broner show.
But I think it's going to be a great fight. Who I'm rooting for is Broner. I've been knowing Broner. We go way back. He's always supported me, always been a cool dude to me, always dapped me up, been calm, cool, and collected towards me. So I'm rooting for Broner, man.
Gotta ask, what would I've seen you and Broner actually talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
He says he got a better beard than you. You say you got a better beard than he does. Who has the best beard in boxing?
I'm done, baby. I just want to give you my hug before I left.
Yeah, Coach Wade.
Best strength coach.
I'll get Bobby ready for this thing. You look amazing. You look like a star. You're a world champion. Is that you?
Who has the best beard in
Who
boxing?
you think got to put more shit in their beard?
You said who do I think puts more?
Gotta put more shit in their beard. That motherfucker. All right, this is natural, baby. I ain't gotta do nothing but wake up and it's good to go. No, yeah, me and Broner, I done took money from him back in 2010, losing best of me. So yeah, cool dude. We go way back. Good dude.
And AB got a little gray going on.
He's starting to get a little bit of wisdom in there.
Hey, well, once he says his I do's, he'll get there. You'll get there with the gray.
Yeah, you know, he'll get there.
And then just back to AB for a minute, because I know you said you want him to win the fight. You guys are similar in that you're confident and you let everyone know. You're expressive about it, but because some people feel AB has let that get him off course. Like, he hasn't been able to keep it under control. How have you been able to keep it under control? And where do you think AB maybe went wrong with that? Because when you talk like that, people want you to lose.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I feel like I'm the best. And we're supposed to feel like that. What am I going? Man, I hope I get in here and get lucky. Right? I hope I get in here and get lucky. I really feel like I'm the best. And if we go down the line of attributes, I'm ahead on all those too. So I'm not just like going out of thin air. But you also got to know how to treat people. You know, you also got to know how to say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, or man, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know what? I apologize. Or, you know, just things of that matter. I can't speak on how Adrien acts. He's his own man, and he's allowed to be whoever he wants to be. I'm just speaking on Caleb Plant. I was raised a certain way. I want to be good to people. I want to be kind to people. I want to be respectful to people. But I also, since I am going to be that, I can promise you, you are going to be that back to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to have a problem. You know? No one's just going to harass me or bully me. You know? That's what I'm talking about. But, yeah, you're just supposed to treat people right, man. Be good to people.
How can he win the fight? Does he have to walk Manny down or counterpunch? How do you see, what kind of, how's he got to be?
He can walk him down and he can box, but he's got to let his hands go. He can do both. He may not just be able to walk him down for 12 rounds. He may not just be able to box for 12 rounds. He may have to mix it up, but he's got to let his hands go. And he can. He can. I think he can do it. We've seen it.
Because, I mean,
there's greatness within him. We know that. He's got to go be great.
And with you, it's like, you know, not only do you have boxing skills, sometimes guys that have boxing skills, they'll get labeled boring, but you definitely aren't getting that label. So why are you able to put on a skillful performance but also entertain the fans at the same time, and is that important going forward?
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to get hit one time, but at the same time I want to entertain the crowd. I like to play, like when I made a miss and I looked out the ring like, boy, who you throwing at? You know, I like to entertain. I like the crowd to have fun. It's supposed to be entertainment. That's what it is. So luckily I've been blessed to balance the hit and not get hit and be skillful but also have the crowd on my side too. So I'm thankful for that.
Is that why you like James Toney?
Oh yeah, love James Toney and Roy Jones.